guys, welcome back to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Okay, today we're going to talk about the top 10 tech champs in the game. So, first off, let me just tell you, if you haven't checked out my previous video, which was the top 10 skill champions in the game, be sure and click on that. Link's just above me here, so be sure and click on that and give that a watch and let me know what you think. And same goes with this one. Whenever it's all said and done, you watched it all, just please give me your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. But most importantly, make sure you leave a comment below whether you enjoyed it, whether you thought it was a good list. I want those. If you thought certain champs should be moved or certain champs should have been included or left out altogether, then leave that in the comments below as well. Okay, I'll try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Again, you're not going to probably agree with all of these, but hopefully this will give you a bit of an idea if you're not 100% certain on some of these. So here we go. Number 10. Actually, before we start, I want to go over some honorable mentions. So hopefully this isn't too big of a shock to your system, because a lot of these could have probably made the last 2 or 3 spots, but here we go. So Silver Centurion didn't quite make the list. I think he's kind of maybe not been quite as popular in the last couple months. I think he probably would have made this list 3-4 months ago. Sentinel is another one. Really good champ, but again, I think all these are surpassing Sentinel nowadays. War Machine, another one after his buff, is a really good champ, but again, I've not really used him a great deal. I know certain people rave about War Machine, but again, he didn't quite make the list. Mysterio, Doc Ock, another 2 champs that are definitely have their place, are quite niche champions, and can be amazing in certain situations. So, if you're struggling for power control or whatever, then maybe you might want to rank up Doc Ock or Mysterio from poison things. But again, not quite good enough to make this list. Another one, Punisher 2099. And the biggest one that I've left off, in my opinion, I know a lot of you probably still really like, is Stark Spider-Man. Again, I'm not a massive fan of Stark Spider-Man. I've used him quite a bit, but I don't really like the way his ramp up works still. And he does have some utility, with the power control and things like that. But again, not, in my opinion, not as much as the rest of the 10 champs on this list. So here we go. Number 10, I have put Hulkbuster. I still really like Hulkbuster. He's kind of dropped down, in recent months, probably with all the others, with some of the buffs and a couple of the new champs. But, Hulkbuster still does his thing. Just hit into that block with a special, and it does a ton of damage. Still got some good utility. Number 9, we're going to go with Nebula. So after her rework, for the God knows how many times, like 3rd time she's been reworked, she's just gotten better and better and better. I think when she first had this last rework, everyone was going a bit crazy, saying that she's like the best thing ever. But I think that's kind of calmed down a little bit now. So Nebula with the shocks and things like that, I've put in at number 9. Number 8, again, this might be a bit of a shock putting her this low, but I'm going to go Penny Parker at number 8. I really like Penny Parker, at least. I think she's really cool. I mean, she's probably one of my biggest champs. I don't like to fight on defense. So one of my biggest things for putting her here is her defensive abilities. She's decent on offense, but I think she really shines on defense, especially probably in Battlegrounds defense. I hate fighting Penny Parker, and I know a lot of people out there do as well. So that's why I put her at number 8. Number 7, our Canadian friend Guardian here. Guardian is fantastic. I love playing Guardian. The only thing I don't like about Guardian is the whole, having to try to ramp him up a little bit with the special 3 special ones, 1, 2, 3, whatever, to try to get his not his power, I should say, his strength of his like special 2s built up. This takes a bit, but he does have a heck of a lot of utility. Him and the next champion, I'm going to say, Guillotine 29, with their ability to not crit is massive. His ability, with the shocks, things like that, her ability with the degens, they're both really, really good champions. The only thing I don't really like about Guillotine 2099 is the negative. So I don't really like the way you're constantly trying to guess whether you can use specials or not, because you know how it is. Once you get to, you want to try to finish each fight off with the special 3 to make sure you carry over 100 hit count going into the next fight. But you don't want to. What I find myself constantly doing is thinking and not using specials when maybe I probably could have used a special when she had about, let's say your opponent had about 50% health. You could have used special 1 or special 2, and then still got back up to special 3. I'm always a bit over cautious about that because the worst thing you can do with Guillotine 2099 is not be able to get back up to that special 3 before you kill the opponent. It's a bit of a pain having to try to build her back up on that next fight. So that's the one thing I don't like about her. It's a shame, she didn't have some sort of other mechanic with to end the fight other than that special 3 to get those 100 hit counts going into that next fight. Number 5, we're going to go Omega Sentinel. Now, Omega Sentinel is a really new character. I don't know a lot about Omega Sentinel. That's why I put her at 5. A lot of people are saying that she is absolutely amazing. That she's got a lot of utility. She hits like a truck, but like I said, I've not used her myself personally. I'm just kind of going what I've watched off of other YouTubers and what I've seen friends of mine that have played her and saying kind of where she maybe fits in. If you've got her and you think she ranks higher or lower than this, then let me know. But I'm excited about getting her later on down the line. So number 4. Again, this is where it gets a bit tricky, these guys. I'm going to put Ultron, number 4. Ultron is amazing now since his rework. He absolutely hits like a truck. He probably hits harder than probably at least 90% of the champions in the game now. He hits like an absolute truck. He's got his all his utilities. He's got the regen and things like that. And he's just really, really, really good. He's easy to use, in my opinion. If you're a new player, and let's say you get Ultron as one of your first 5 stars, man, you got it made. With him being real body, bleeding, poison immune, and things like that, and the regen, and the hard hitting, he's really a real all around fantastic champion. Number 3, some people say that he should maybe be number 2. I'm still going to stick Nimrod at number 3. Nimrod is, when he first came out, everyone said, I think everyone kind of slept on him a little bit. Didn't think he was quite as good as maybe what, how far he has got up to now. But if you've got a mutant out there, he is going to absolutely just destroy it. So, he's like definitely the mutant slayer, like some of the other champs, like Human Torch is the mystic, absolutely just stomp mystic characters in the ground all day. Nimrod is that guy for tech class against the mutant class. So absolutely fantastic. Tons of utility. He's amazing. Next is going to be Warlock, of course. Everyone knows who the top one is. It's got to be Ghost still. Warlock is absolutely fantastic. I've said it a million times. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife for champions. He doesn't hit massively hard, but you can just use him in so many situations, which is just extremely, extremely helpful. He's in my questing team all the time. He does Alliance Quest for me sometimes. He does Alliance War for me sometimes. He's just so versatile. It's fantastic. And then last but not least, Ghost. I don't need to go into too much detail about Ghost. Again, probably, in my opinion, the best champion in the game. But, just with all the utility that she has, she hits ridiculously hard. She just makes it so easy in some of the more advanced questing bits, like Act 6, Act 7, Alliance War, I suppose even Alliance Quest, you can use Ghost. But just a fantastic, all-around champion. So that will do it for today, guys. Like I said, if you haven't watched the skill one, go ahead and check that out now. It'll be on the end of the video. Make sure you go back and check on that, see what you think about it. But make sure you leave those comments in the bottom. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. Take care.